morning from Singapore. My name is Kelsey. I've been living here for about 3.5 years. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, and I took the ITA online course a few years ago. So Mondays are actually my day off, so I'll be talking about living and teaching in Singapore, but also if you have any specific questions, feel free to send them to me. We're going to go on a bike ride around the city and just kind of explore things today. So we're starting off our morning, that's my husband Josh, at a coffee shop, hawker center, with some kaya toast and kopi. So kaya toast is just basically this coconut jam and butter between two pieces of bread, and you dip it in some soft-boiled eggs. Usually you have soy sauce with it, but I couldn't find any. Okay, so we have a couple of other ITA alumni here to join on the bike ride, Brittany and Josh.
Hello.
So we're gonna set off. So back in 2015, I put my resume on TEFL.com, and Josh, my husband, was contacted for a job offer in Singapore. We looked into it and decided to take the risk, and here we are. I love living in Singapore. It's a really great place to be. You're connected to a lot of different areas in Asia, and I must like it. I've been here for over 3 years now, so I would recommend it for anyone that's interested. So it is always very hot in Singapore. You gotta find ways to cool off, air conditioning and fountains. So it's hot all the time because we're on the equator. It's a tropical, and you can see different animals. There's a water monitor lizard right there. Can you see him? So I teach at a tuition center in Singapore. So I teach students after school and on the weekends, help them with their primary exams, and younger students how to read through phonics. My working hours are Wednesday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 6 p.m. So my days off are Monday and Tuesday, which I really actually like, because look how quiet it is on the bike path today. And you can't beat these views. I'm a little bit further ahead of everyone. So these are the iconic super trees at Gardens by the Bay. You can see these on every single travel video for Singapore. They're really cool. There's the skywalk. You can go up there and walk around, see Marina Bay Sands. Really nice place to have a walk around during the day. To get a visa in Singapore, you have to have a bachelor's degree from a recognized university from an English-speaking country. You get the visa through your employer. They file it for you. It's relatively easy if you fit the qualifications. So we work for a company called My English School in Singapore. We teach as young as 2.5 and 3 years old up to 12 years old. I made a little infographic for the salary and savings in Singapore. A lot of it is an estimation, so don't hold me to any of the numbers, except for the salary and the savings, the most important. So here it is. We are right in front of Marina Bay Sands. These are the shops at Marina Bay. You face out to the bay there. There's the Central Business District. There you go, you can see it a little bit right there. I like to cycle around Singapore, but to work every day, I take the MRT, which is really convenient. There's also a really good bus system. It's pretty cheap. Costs me about $1.50 SGD, which is like $1 each way. So these are the shops at Marina Bay. Shopping malls are really popular here because it's so hot that it's a great way to cool off, especially after you've been cycling around in the sun all morning. I do not shop here, but it's nice to see. Singapore became a country in 1965, so it's relatively young, but it's one of the biggest financial and commercial hubs in the world. And that used to be the tallest building here, this little one right here. Singapore is a really small country. It's just an island off of the Malaysian peninsula, and it's really easy to get around. It's really safe and it's really clean. So Singapore is a very culturally diverse country. There's three major ethnic groups. There's Chinese Singaporean, Indian Singaporean, and Malay Singaporean. And so when they speak English, which is the national language here, they adapt a bunch of vocabulary and sentence structure from their mother tongues, which creates this dialect called Singlish. So parents send their children to these tuition centers to help them improve their reading and their writing and their understanding in English, because that's the primary language here. So all the tests, all the math, all the science, it's in English, but they also have to learn their mother tongue as well. Singapore used to be a fishing village, and Singapore means lion city. So the symbol of Singapore is called a merlion, which is half lion, half fish. This is a bar and restaurant area called Boat Quay. So it's a really good place to go at night. If you want to drink, have some seafood, it's a big spot for tourists and visitors. One of the best parts about teaching in Singapore is the vacation time. So you get a term break every 3 months. So you get about a week off to 5 days off. And you can go tons of places during that time around Asia. Also, the term break off in December is about 3 weeks. So I'm able to go back to the US, which is a really long flight. It takes me about 30 hours to get there. But it's worth it since I have a whole 3 weeks off. You also get Chinese New Year, a short break off for that, and all public holidays off. You get paid for about 15 to 20 days, but you can work during that time if you don't want to owe days back at the end, or you could take those days and pay them back at the end of your contract. Contracts are about 2 years, so it seems like a long time, but really time flies. We finished a 2-year contract, left and did some traveling, and decided to come back for another 2 years. So how are we able to get around so easily on our bikes to see all this stuff? We are currently on the East Coast Park Connector. The Park Connector network is a system of trails in Singapore that connect different parks together. On our off days, we definitely spend the entire day exploring these park connectors and going back to our favorite ones. That's the sea right there. This is East Coast Park, and there's a beach all along the strip here. So it's lunchtime. We are having some refreshments to cool down, and we're gonna get some lunch. Cheers. Cheers. This is one of my favorite places in Singapore. It's a hawker center called East Coast Lagoon. Hawker centers are open-air food courts where they serve Singapore street food. So these are all the different stalls you can go and order food at. Different types of food. I'm going to go get some duck rice right here. So the school does not provide you with accommodation. You pay for your own. Since I live here with my husband, we have a 1-bedroom apartment nearby an MRT station. So this is where we live. So I've gotten a lot of questions about the cost of living in Singapore. I think overall it's incredibly livable to live here. I mean, you earn enough to live comfortably and save no problem. So most teachers live in condos here with pools, either as a couple in one room or just a room rental. And the salary is definitely relative, so it's expensive, but you earn enough to live comfortably, absolutely. Before Singapore, I taught in Spain just after school, tutoring while I was getting my TEFL, and then got the job offer and came here. So not a lot of experience before coming here in 2015. So you need to have a bachelor's degree from a pretty recognized university to get the visa here. That's really the big requirement. Experience is preferred, but like I said, I had about 3 months experience before moving here. I really like the travel opportunities afforded to me in Singapore and earning Singapore dollars. It's really easy to go anywhere else in the world and be earning a currency that can hold its own, which is really nice. So I went home, showered, had a dip in the pool, and now I'm heading with some friends to Little India for some dinner. Deepavali is in a couple of weeks, so we're gonna check out the lights. So I've got this card right here. Just tap, and you're through. This is the Little India neighborhood in Singapore. There's a few different areas like this. There's Chinatown and the Arab Quarter, where you get a nice little taste of being somewhere else. Some vegetarian food for dinner and some rice. Yeah. It is Deepavali in a couple of weeks. We have some lights to celebrate. The marketplace. Few nighttime views before the end of the day.
Is brought to you by